2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Pepsi Center, the site, Denver Nuggets, the home team, and today they'll be playing against the Washington Wizards. Looking at the Wizards, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And tonight, get ready for some highlights. Two lightning-quick, high-flying clubs. Kenny, when you have teams as athletic as these, how can one side carve out an advantage?
Poise. That's it. You want to be athletic, but you also want to be level-headed. You got to have a combination of the two. You got to execute your plays, and you just don't rely on your physical gifts because that could be detrimental.
And not only that, A&B, FAE.
What's that?
Avoid mistakes, be fast and efficient.
Wow. FMB.
Where did he come up with that?
FAE?
A&B, FAE.
Okay.
Avoid mistakes,
Okay.
be fast and efficient.
God, man, that's quick and fast and
It's
hurt.
going to be an exciting matchup. That's what I was trying to say.
The first person who's ever said that.
AMB, FAE.
And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. A contest between conferences, the Pepsi Center here in Denver, Colorado, where the Nuggets take their home floor. This their first look at this year's Washington squad. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
Yeah, two clubs that rarely face off, East versus West. This is going to be a nice treat for the fans.
Well, kicking off this two-game season series, I expect a lot of feeling out by both teams and the coaching staff, and then a number of subsequent adjustments in this one.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap has become one of the best NBA big men when it comes to getting steals. Now, Millsap says when you're 6'8" going up against guys that are 7 feet, you're not going to be able to block their shot every time. So you try to get it down low when they bring it down. It's all about being smart and using what you have. Kevin?
Thank you, D.A. And Millsap is as crafty as it gets on defense. One of the most underrated players in the game. Some impressive athletes tonight, Brent, really on both sides. How much of the outcome will come down to which team executes the best?
Yeah, most of the games decided in this league do come down to that very fact, Kevin.
Execution.
Yeah, which of these teams is going to put themselves first in position and then to do their best with the position they put themselves into. That means execution.
And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. And now Washington's starting group. A great scoring pair of wings. Beal the 2, Porter the 3. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Wall in at the 1. That one doesn't drop. Now here is Harris. It's stolen by Wall. In transition, here come the Wizards. Gortat, the pass to Porter. Morris dishes to Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist from Beal.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
And Denver has possession. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And that one's good, Jokic.
Well, a good job around the rim of Jokic getting in great position and using his huge frame to snatch up that rebound.
Wall against Harris. There's the dish to Beal. To the line, official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And you could argue Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
And the first one drops. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his help because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
And both free throws good for Beal. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Wall against Harris. There's a good screen. Dishes to Barton. Millsap a screen. Barton kicks to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Low block shot on the way. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Growing confidence for Jokic around the rim. Feels like no defender can stop him in the paint.
There's a screen by Gortat. And Porter, here we go. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Porter's got his first basket of the night.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Harris misses.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Morris with the bucket.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Barton kicks to Harris. There's the pick. He dishes it to Chandler. And Morris comes over to help. For 3, Millsap. The Nuggets keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Basket counts.
Tremendous effort. He will not be denied on the offensive glass.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Wall against Harris. And Gortat kicks to Wall. Morris a screen. Wall passes to Morris. Millsap grabs the miss.
The defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
Harris outside. It's stolen by Wall. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Right block shot. No good off the back of the rim. For Denver, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Harris with it. He's picked up by Wall. Harris drives in. Lets it go from deep. Again, Millsap missing. The Wizards with the lead. Here's Morris. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. Millsap's got 3 rebounds now in this one. It's stolen by Wall. And here we go. Washington fast break. And Gortat kicks to Beal. Shoots over Barton. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Back to Harris. It's stolen by Wall. Inside. And stolen by Barton. Feeds it to Harris. Gortat with the block. And they get it back. Washington leading now by 4. Outside, Beal. Back to Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Denver's gone 0-3 from 3-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
Well, when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
This Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards fans finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered.
Take a break.
Both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
And he knocks down the first one. That one is no good. Brent, you don't think of the Nuggets as being a especially good outside shooting team.
Well, I think for them, Kevin, a lot of the guys who they are hoping can shoot the ball develop into more consistent shooters. Jamal Murray is talked about with the Denver Nuggets as having one of the more sweeter shooting strokes, and Gary Harris continues to work on it. So making a conscious effort to improve not just the shots and the makes, but maybe the shot selection of this young ball club.
Here's Wall, coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. There's a screen by Gortat. Beal dishes to Porter. Gortat with a screen on Chandler. Morris inside. Millsap's there. Morris, no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Martin passes to Jokic. Gortat with the steal. Outside, Beal. The feed to Morris. Over to the wing, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
All right, a chance to look at the stats for Nikola Jokic. Last season, he played outstanding. 6th in field goal percentage, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Shot clock at 6. Unloads from 9. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul. Big group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee, he's checked in for Jokic. Fareed comes in for Paul Millsap. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Will Barton. And a change for the Wizards. Scott's checked in. And Plumlee kicks to Arthur. Shoots. Here's Fareed. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And the Nuggets lead by 1. Mahimi kicks to Frazier. In the corner, it's Oubre. And again, Washington no good. Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against the Detroit Pistons.
And the difference on that night is their ability to knock down triples.
Well, if you choose your shots wisely and then they start to go down, it just builds up confidence. There's a huge cachet of that in this game, and once that happened, they just rolled it out.
Arthur, no good.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Meeks dishes to Frazier. They need this one. Oubre kicks to Frazier. Clock at 4. And a miss there on the triple. Denver's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Now here's Mudiay. D right on him. Pass to Plumlee. Missile on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, clearly a mistake by the defender. Plumlee's a big guy that you have to wrap up, but if you don't, he can get and ones. And you see Mason Plumlee and what he brings to the table right there. A very well-rounded big man, solid at putting the ball on the floor and creating some space, but perhaps his best attribute, and we saw this in Portland with his teammates Lillard and McCollum, playing on the top of the key and becoming a playmaker, a good passer up there, averaging about 4 assists a ball game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. And last season, Denver making the trade for Plumlee right at the deadline. Many felt they gave up a lot for him, but the team feels he's fit right in.
Having him and Jokic down there gives you an incredibly talented passing tandem of big men, where Plumlee can play along as the lone big man or sometimes complement what it is that Jokic can do. And he has great athletic ability down there. So we'll see how they maneuver him and what kind of minutes he's going to get for this ball club this year.
Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Frazier kicks to Scott. Passes it to Meeks. Back to Scott. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. It's stolen by Mahimi. Fareed against Scott. Frazier kicks to Oubre. Back to Frazier. Clock at 6. It's deflected. Nelson with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. He feeds it to Moutier. From 13. That one a little long. Wizards trail by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outside, Meeks now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
And here's Nelson. Screen by Fareed. Nelson, the pass to Fareed, and it's good for 2.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Washington's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Frazier outside. Out to the wing. Mahimi down low. He's guarded by Plumlee. Mahimi kicks to Meeks. A three-pointer off the mark. The Nuggets leading by 5. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter. Nelson against Frazier. Plumlee with the screen. Nelson kicks to Arthur. A 3-ball. Offensive rebound. He goes up again. Fareed, no good.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Oubre dishes to Frazier. Scott with the screen on Nelson. Frazier the pass to Scott. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Moutier kicks to Fareed. The pass to Arthur. And he uses the glass on the layup. Arthur's got his second basket of the night.
Well, Arthur usually on the outside finds his way inside and then handles himself down low.
It's Scott on the wing. Nice ball movement by Washington. Beyond the arc. Scott missing again.
And it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
Here's Denver now. They're on a 16-7 run. Nelson against Frazier. Nelson outside. Pass to Fareed. Shoots over Scott. Fareed missing again.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Nuggets on top as they wrap up the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, and And still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, to me, the story of that first period was their rebound.
Yeah, jumping out to a lead largely because they did the hard work on the glass. So you love the passion in the early part of this game that they're playing with.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Plumlee out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Arthur, then it's Jameer Nelson, and it's Moutier in at the 2 spot. Denver with the ball, following the three-pointer by Washington. Screen by Faried. Here's Plumlee. Washington with the rebound. Mahimi's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Mike Malone, who is known for his defense, dealing with the team, Brent, that really lacks a defensive bite at times. It's something that he's trying to change in terms of culture.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. It's a bit of a nibble right now in Denver. But you look at Mike Malone's past and all the other stops where his defensive teams have improved throughout the year. So it's a bumpy ride with Denver. A lot of young players who he has to make sure realize the importance of the defensive end of the floor.
For Washington, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. First free throw is good. Hey, Brent, you made the NBA playoffs in your second year. Talk about the mental preparation that goes into one's first postseason as a player.
I think it's always a special time, Kevin, just because of the unknown factor. And at that time, it was the Clippers, my second season, a team that was very young and inexperienced. And so it was all fresh and new. And the biggest challenge for any coach in that sort of predicament is to make sure that players are on task and focused. We certainly were not. The Utah Jazz took care of us, and that's because of one John Stockton and Karl Malone.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Moutier spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. Now, here is Morris. Following the miss by Paul Millsap, Morris with the bucket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Ball against Harris. Outside Chandler. They get the rebound. Gortat with the block. And he recovers it. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Now, here's Oubre. Defended by Moutier. Oubre can't get it to go. In the corner, it's Harris. Trying to get back on track. Denver gets it back. Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Right side Wall. Outside for Beal. A 3 from Morris. And Jokic with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Harris kicks to Moutier. Now the dish to Chandler. Over Oubre. Chandler with another miss.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Beal's shot is good.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness, zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
To the left wing. Here's Jokic, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Marcin Gortat. Brent, there are a lot of great passers in the NBA at that starting center position. Seems like it's something that is more and more valued these days, but the best of the bunch might be Jokic. Some people feel great passer in vision.
Yeah, incredible the way that the offense last year transitioned around such a young and relatively unproven player at that position, but he can pass over the top. When he gets it on the block, he'll play at the top of the key. And I love how the guys around him are encouraged to cut when he has the basketball.
The first one falls.
I think what I appreciate about Jokic is the hard work that he continues to put in. Not only what he wants to do, but what his brothers want him to do. And that's not waste this opportunity to become the best player he can be.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Barton is checked in. Porter's checked in for the Wizards. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Brent, the Nuggets team, a very good group when it comes to rebounding.
Well, they don't have a team that's really much bigger than the opponents that they play with, but they stay very active, and they don't seem to give up on a lot of plays. Actually, last season, they got about 30% of all their missed shots back, so their damage was done on the offensive end. Defensively, you want to get a stop by ending it with a rebound. That's where their focus needs to be this year.
Now, here's Barton, following the miss by John Wall. Barton kicks to Millsap. Pass to Jokic, shoots over Gortat. Gortat with the block. Now Wall. Outside Porter. Outside Beal. Morris with the screen for Beal. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Beal's got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Millsap a screen on Beal. It's stolen by Morris. Inside, ball's knocked loose, and so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Denver.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the 3-ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Here's Harris. He's coming off a 19-point game against Sacramento.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Will Barton, known as the People's Champ, is a fantastic scorer on the wing. Fearless with the shots he takes, Brent, and very aggressive when he gets the ball in his hands.
Well, that's what you love most about Will Barton, is his ability to attack a defender off the wing and play with speed and reckless abandon. It's him trying to find a more complete game, and also maybe, Kevin, trying to find a little bit more control around what he does offensively.
That free throw, no good.
I think Will Barton has figured out that scoring from the free throw line can be a good thing.
And he's good on the second. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt, but they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be, what will the impact of that bench be? And ultimately, that's going to determine whether they can contend. The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Kicks to Millsap. Chandler a screen. Harris setting the pick for Millsap. Dishes to Chandler. Shot clock at 5. Back to Millsap. And Millsap slams it in.
And Millsap really getting up for that one. Love the aggressiveness.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Morris outside. And it's Beal in the corner. The kick out to Wall. Here's Gortat. It's tipped.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Chandler dishes to Harris. He kicks to Millsap. Now here is Harris. Chandler outside. Back to Harris. It's up a 3. Nice D from Wall. Here's Washington. They're on a 13-5 run here. Beal the pass to Morris. Millsap with the steal. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his first foul. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. They trail by 1. Barton kicks to Millsap. Over Morris.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. Porter against Chandler. Outside for Beal. Shoots over Barton.
And a masterful defensive job by Barton as the shot's going up. That length certainly can alter some shots if used correctly.
They now take the lead. Chandler's got his second bucket of the night.
Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition when no one's on you, great shot there.
Now here is Gortat. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Wall.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Millsap a screen. Back to Harris. To the inside. No good with the layup.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Oh, Porter in position, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. For the 3, Harris misses.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Now, here's Wall. Morris with a screen on Harris. And Wall kicks to Morris. The kick out to Porter. Shot clock at 3. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Porter's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first. Bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. And last season, Greg, you heard a lot of names brought up for most improved player in the league, and Otto Porter was one of them.
I mean, and I think for Porter, the change came when he just felt more comfortable from deep in terms of shooting. He always had a solid mid-range game, but now he looks comfortable from deep and has become one of the bigger threats we have in the league.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Kenneth Faried comes in for Paul Millsap. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Gary Harris. Here's Meeks. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Here's Barton. Good. And a nice assist from Nelson. Barton's got 5.
And that's the explosive speed once again from Barton. Blew past the D on the drive to the rim.
Frazier kicks to Porter. He dishes it to Mahinmi. Here's Frazier. Off offline with his three. The Nuggets trail. And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Martin with it. 5 points in the game. Nelson outside. Six to shoot. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Frazier kicks to Meeks. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Barton outside. Feeds it to Arthur. Down low, Fareed, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
It is so hard to contain Fareed when he's wreaking havoc with his activity. You cannot put a cage around the manimal.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Moutier, he's checked in for Barton.
One shot.
Fareed, no good on the free throw.
A lot of people pointing towards the Nuggets and thinking about it's not the offense where they need to improve. If they're going to get the best out of their young talent, it's defensively and their commitment to that end of the floor.
And Brent, last year the Nuggets had one of the worst defenses in the NBA.
Well, when you watch the way they play, Kevin, the problems exist because there's just not a ton of experience out there. Not a lot of rim protection or activity on the inside. So as good as they were offensively last year, you know that their coaching staff in training camp was talking about a defensive mindset to keep them more competitive throughout the season.
Free throw good. Porter. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And Kenneth Fareed, the manimal, once a force at the power forward position, but now seems to be more comfortable coming in as a role player, giving his energy to the basketball game, and see his production decline steadily since his 3rd year in the league, but still a positive for a team, just in lesser doses with a lesser role.
Here's Fareed after the basket by Washington. Here's Plumlee, and the wing jumper offline. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Porter dishes to Frazier. Nice ball movement by Washington. On the wing, Scott. Fareed defending. Here's Frazier. And the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Wizards lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Nelson against Frazier. Here's Fareed. Porter with a block. Fires for 3. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Wizards lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Bradley, great first half for you. Look, we know you come from a football-playing family. It looked like you wanted to establish control in a football-type way in the first half.
Oh, you have to. This is a physical game. You see the refs they call a lot of hard fouls, but sometimes they don't call them. So, I mean, you can't complain about it. You just have to just keep attacking. And these guys are big. I mean, this is the NBA, so you have to be physical and not complain and try to go strong every time you go to the basket.
Bradley, thanks for your time. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. They asserted themselves nicely in the second quarter and now have a fairly comfortable 5-point lead here at halftime. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Efficiency, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
The lights of downtown Denver shimmering in the background as we welcome you back to the Mile High City and the Pepsi Center. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. The Nuggets trail by 5. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Morris and Gortat together down low. The deadly duo of Wall and Beal are in the backcourt, and it's Porter in at the small forward position. Harris kicks to Millsap. 4 on the shot clock. Nice D from Porter. Wizards leading by 5. Left side, Wall. The feed to Gortat. Chandler with the steal. The kick out to Wall. A three-pointer is right on target. Wall's got the first basket of the second half here for Washington. Passes it to Millsap. Chandler is screen. Millsap passes to Harris. Over in the corner, Chandler. On the wing, Harris. 6 to shoot. Jokic sets the screen for Harris. It's stolen by Wall. Millsap's against Morris. He feeds it to Wall. From outside the arc. And again, Washington with the triple.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Now here's Barton. He's got 5. A shot by Chandler, wide open. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Millsap setting a perfect screen right there for the score.
And Wall kicks to Beal. And here is Gortat. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from 12. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And the Wizards lead by 10. The Nuggets shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Harris kicks to Millsap. Over Morris. Millsap misses.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Morris into the lane. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
One shot.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Obviously some terrific on-ball defenders out there, but Brent, in your estimation, Who are some of the best help defenders in the NBA now?
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin, when you say help and they're actually there. Jay Crowder does a good job of recognizing, when the strong side gets broken down and he can come over and help. Certainly, Draymond Green does a great job of guarding just about anything for the Golden State Warriors. And then maybe you think about some big guys in the league. Timofey Mozgov in the right position most of the time. Hassan Whiteside for Miami. So they come in all shapes and sizes, Kev. The biggest thing they contribute is their communication skills on the backside.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here is kicks to Jokic. Buries it down low. Jokic has got 8.
Jokic and body control. Hey, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
Morris a screen. Wall against Millsap. Puts it up from 15. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Millsap a screen. Barton kicks to Chandler. Rebounded by the Wizards.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Beal. Morris with a screen on Barton. Beal dishes to Gortat. 5 on the clock. Porter with it. Now Chandler defending, and it goes down 2 points. And it's 7 points for Otto Porter Jr.
And whatever the adjustments at halftime, they are looking really good right now.
Yeah, scratching my head trying to remember the last time that they missed. They're on an absolute tear.
Porter with the steal. Outside, Wall. Left side, Beal puts up a 3. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
And let's see some of the numbers on John Wall. He's coming off an excellent season. 2nd in assists, 2nd in steals, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And back to him finishing runner-up in assists. His court vision, his ability to control the pace of a game makes him especially impossible to defend. The kick out to Porter. Here's Beal. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Beal's got 12 points in the game.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Harris outside. And there's the pass to Chandler. Over Porter. And again, Denver no good.
And seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Now here's Beal. Wilson Chandler unable to get his shot to go. Millsap with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And Barton throws it down.
Hello, Will Barton. Transition is his best friend. Gets a lot of his baskets on the fast break.
Harris against Wall. Outside for Beal. Shoots over Barton. Beal can't get it to go.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Wizards making a switch here. Oubre's checked in. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And a name that a lot of NBA teams were in on this past offseason was Paul Millsap. His ability to shoot from outside and play in the post was wanted all over the league, and the Nuggets were the team ultimately that was able to land him.
And for the Nuggets, Millsap, Greg, seems to be what they want in the 4.
You know, he pairs well with Jokic and others on this team, gives them some shooting and rebounding, plus his overall versatility is what separates him. The Nuggets seem to jump out of nowhere to sign him, but when you look at things, it really does make sense.
Now here is Harris, looking to end his cold spell. Indeed, Millsap drops it in. Millsap's got his second bucket.
Well, when a guy like Paul Millsap gets inside, sometimes your best efforts on D aren't going to mean much.
Outside, Beal. Pass to Gortat. And it's sent back by Jokic. Harris against Wall. Jokic a screen. Barton passes to Millsap.
And when you talk about just a natural basketball player, I think you got to envision a guy like Paul Millsap. He just does it all. He's got the skill level and versatility at that power forward position. And in this league today, you have to be able to impact the game the way he does.
That one is off.
Yeah, it's really incredible when you think about the evolution of Millsap's game. This is a guy who was a second rounder that's turned himself into a perennial all-star.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Fareed's checked in for Jokic. Arthur comes in for Wilson Chandler. Moutier, he's checked in for Barton. And Nelson is subbed in for Harris. And he sinks the second. Now Frazier, he's got 7. The dish now to Meeks. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Frazier. And the layup is good. Frazier's got 9.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind. You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Oubre kicks to Mahimi. Now here's Oubre. He's guarded by Arthur. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
For Washington, they had put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Denver.
One shot.
That's good for Meeks. Brett, you've played for 6 different teams. What does it feel like to have to go in and prove yourself to a whole new group of teammates and coaches, a new fan base, all of it?
I think those situations can all change dramatically, Kevin. If you're in the league for 5 or 6 years, there's a good understanding that you're there for a reason. You're just shifting addresses and cities at that point. And I think guys have an understanding and respect for what you bring to the table because they know your game will travel.
Good answer. Here is Frazier. He's got 9. To the left side wing. Meeks dishes to Scott. Frazier right side. Over Nelson. Here's Mahimi. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Millsap.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. That one is no good. The Nuggets trail by 14. Here's Arthur. Up again. Rebound by Mahimi. Washington has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Here's Meeks. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Frazier. Last season's performance for him. Last season, put up about 7 points a game, 5 assists and 2 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
The first free throw is good. Hey, Brent, with the size and speed of NBA athletes, could we see the court widened out at some point, whether it's the lane or even the boundaries widen?
That's a great question, Kevin. I often thought that the league should widen the court to the point where the 23-9 three-point line should be an exact semicircle.
Is the same, yes.
Which would extend the court another couple feet on each end and create more space, more driving opportunities, more room to watch the greatest athletes in the world do what they do best. That's run, jump, pass, and entertain us. So maybe the league looks at it. Right now, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's a great question.
Washington with the ball. The Nuggets getting the bucket. It's Meeks outside. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound in this one. Nelson kicks to Plumlee. Fareed inside. Scott's there. Left block shot on the way. Again, the miss by Fareed. Washington leading now by 13. Frazier outside. Down low. Mahimi passes to Frazier. Drops one in from the wing. Frazier's got 11.
Well, I have no idea how he made that, but hey, sometimes a little bit of luck helps.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. The Nuggets in second.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Nelson kicks to Plumlee. Pass to Fareed. Off the screen, he lays it in. Fareed's got 4 this quarter.
That's where Fareed gets most of his shots. He's a high percentage shooter from inside the paint.
Frazier dishes to Mahimi. Back to Frazier. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Plumlee's got 5 rebounds tonight. The 11-footer, it's good, and the Washington lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Arthur. Washington's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Frazier with it, now defended by Moutier. Now here's Meeks. He's guarded closer, and it's sent back by Plumlee.
Big athletic guys like Plumlee, hard to get your shot over them before they can get their hands up.
Wizards leading by 11. Frazier left side. Scott can't get it to go. They've got a chance to cut the deficit to within 10. In the corner, it's Nelson. And again, Denver with the triple.
And that's the shot Nelson's always relied on, and it served him well. He works nonstop on the perimeter, finding the space he needs to get good looks from beyond.
Now here's Frazier. He's got 11. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Here's Arthur. That one rolling around and rims out.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
Frazier left side. Outside, Scott kicks to Meeks. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Oubre. Nelson with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The wide open look for Plumlee. The basket good off the assist from Moutier.
Precision pass from Moutier to get his teammate a good look there.
Now here's Frazier. 13 points in the game. And that's going to be a travel. Denver with the ball. Here's Fareed, and it's blocked by Scott. And we've reached the end of the third. Washington out in front, up 8. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Stay positive. Don't get down. We got a lot of time left. We're going to win the game. We are going to win the game.
Coach Mike Malone moments ago trying to get each guy to believe in himself, believe that this still can happen.
And the players have to trust each other. It's going to take all 5 guys working together to recapture that momentum.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Jameer Nelson is out there with Moutier. Then it's Plumlee. Then it's Arthur. And it's Fareed in a power forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Morris is checked in for the Wizards. John Wall comes in for Frazier. The Nuggets trail by 8. Nelson with it. Fareed, a screen on Wall. Here's Nelson. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahimi's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Morris. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Chandler comes in for Jarrell Arthur. Will Barton, he's checked in for Emmanuel Moutier. And Harris subbed in for Jameer Nelson. And then for Washington, Gortat's checked in for Mahinmi. And Beal subbed in for Jody Meeks. And Morris drops them both.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Harris kicks to Jokic. Shoots over Gortat. Jokic, no good. Wizards leading by 10. Beal drives in. Dishes the Wall. Outside, Porter. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
One shot, gentlemen.
And Porter, no good on that one. The Nuggets trail by 12. Screen by Fareed. Wall with the steal. Beal gets a wide open look. No good on the triple. Denver's shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Porter against Barton. He kicks it to Chandler. He dishes it to Fareed. 6 on the shot clock. Barton against Porter. Jokic. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Wizards leading by 10. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Wall passes to Beal. Gortat with the screen for Beal. Back to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. And here is Harris. On the wing, Chandler. A rebound by Gortat.
Now that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
Beal dishes the Wall. To the paint. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's going to be on Jokic.
And it's the little things that Marcin Gortat is so good at that helps you at that center position. His awareness of space, strong in the pick and roll, and also a solid finisher at the rim.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And with Gortat, it's those little things like setting timely screens or Greg moving to open up room for others that make him so valuable.
Kevin, he is deadly in the pick and roll. One of the best screeners in terms of his effectiveness to create space. And usually he's near the top of the league in terms of baskets that are created off of his screens.
And he sinks the second.
And at the offensive end, Gortat probably doesn't get his due. He's got a lot of moves, and he can finish with either hand. And his work on the offensive glass is more than capable.
Jokic, no good. Washington leading now by 11. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. On the wing, Porter. Martin defending. Over Jokic. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
You're not going to see him miss too many from there, just a handful to defend.
Denver shooting a meager 37% for the game. Chandler a screen. Jokic with a screen on Beal. Barton kicks to Chandler. Jokic sets the screen for Chandler. Millsap has the open look. Good on the triple.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
It's Wall with the drive. Porter outside. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Barton outside. Feeds to Millsap. Passes it to Jokic. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Jokic has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nuggets. Harris against Wall. There's the feed to Gortat. It's stolen by Harris. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Harris runs the break perfectly there and makes the right decision to boot.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. And Porter, here we go. And the basket is good. Porter's got 4 points this quarter.
You cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
And here's Chandler from the arc. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
When you let a big guy like Millsap roam around near the glass, he really gobbles up the offensive rebounds and can stick you.
Gortat with a screen on Harris. Wall passes to Gortat. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Wizards lead by 8. The Nuggets have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Barton kicks to Millsap. Millsap a screen. Millsap sets the pick for Chandler. To the middle. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Chandler. Chandler's got his 4th assist in this one. Beal against Barton. Beal dishes to Wall. Gortat the pass to Wall. The kick out to Porter. 3-pointer. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. The Nuggets trail by 9. Harris kicks to Jokic. He feeds it to Chandler. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Gortat. Rebound, Washington. Morris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Wall against Harris. Morris dishes the Wall. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Millsap. Porter against Chandler. The pass to Millsap over Morris. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Wall passes to Beal. Here's Gortat. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Gortat's got 9 points here in the second half. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Chandler's shot good.
Yeah, and sure, Millsap could have taken that one himself, but instead gives the teammate the open look.
Wall against Harris. Right side, Wall. In the corner, it's Morris. But they get it back. And Wall kicks to Gortat. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 6th assist on the night. Now Harris. Pass to Jokic. Gortat with the steal. Wall up top, guarded by Harris. Beal can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
It's stolen by Wall. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. Here's Barton. On the wing, Chandler. Millsap a screen on Beal. Barton dishes to Millsap. And again, Denver no good.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Porter passes to Morris. Back to Porter. The Wizards working the ball around now. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Fires it up. Drops one in from the wing. 14 points for Wall.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Pass to Jokic. There's the dish to Millsap. The shot that time not on target. Wizards leading by 13. Wall up top, guarded by Harris. And Wall kicks to Morris. There's a screen by Gortat. Back to Morris. Jokic with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Barton. Washington with the rebound. Gortat's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Wall against Harris. Morris a screen. The kick out to Wall. Shot clock at 6. Over Harris. That one doesn't drop.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
Chandler. Good on the baseline, Jay. Chandler's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Wall. In the corner, it's Morris. The kick out to Porter. Wall against Millsap. Wall dishes to Morris. Here's Beal. And he gets it to go from the corner. And the Wizards lead by 13. .144 left in the fourth quarter. Barton passes to Chandler. Jokic with his screen on Porter. Here's Millsap. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
That's a man's move from Millsap, getting the hoop plus the harm.
And that one falls for Millsap. Washington leading now by 10. Outside, Wall. Inside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And Morris drops them both. The Nuggets trail by 12. Chandler with a screen for Barton. Jokic with a screen on Beal. Millsap kicks to Jokic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And last season, how about the jump to true stardom that Jokic was able to make? There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one drops. And for so many fans, Greg, of Jokic, it wasn't a surprise to see his play blossom last season.
And boy, did he. Jokic is so skilled for a big man, having played point guard growing up. Still very young and looks to be a star for a long time.
And so he hits both. 1:06 left to play here in the fourth.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Washington.
This is a game where The defense, steal specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And guys, what a nice performance it was for Marcin Gortat.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Chandler, the rebound by Gortat. So it's Washington now. Here's Wall. And so Washington takes the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. With John Wall. John, do you think this team has reached its potential, or is there still room to grow?
We can go to a high level. We still can get better defensively. Offensively, our efficiency is not there yet. We still getting used to playing with others. We got a lot of room for improvement.
That's good news for Wizards fans, John. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.